Republicans can't stop being obsessed with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, especially with the kind of stuff that she wears, which is weird, but okay. So now the newest example is a Vanity Fair photo shoot that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was involved in. So now there was a Fox News report that quoted a Daily Mail article that claimed that AOC's outfits cost more than 14 grand. Oh my God. Wow. How dare you wear expensive clothes, especially if you're a socialist. Ooh, you're not allowed to wear that. Here's what they said. This is the Fox News report. The progressive lawmaker from New York, whose policies often sway far to the left of more centrist Democrats, well, that's actually true, has in the past condemned politicians that she said are beholden to Wall Street, even as she was gifted a $2,850 suit from Lowe for the shoot, wrote the Fox News report. So wait, if somebody loans you or says, hey, you can wear this for a photo shoot, that somehow is the same as saying you, as a politician who has taken millions of dollars in bribes for your campaign, that is exactly the same thing. Totally equivalent. That is ridiculous. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That is clearly not the same. Clearly not the same. All right, so that's it. These conservatives, I think they're literally out there saying, well, she's a socialist. Why is she not wearing a burlap sack? And you know what? Maybe a lot of them are thinking, how dare she wear anything at all? I mean, she should be naked. That's it. That's the ticket. Show those capitalists. Take off your clothes. I mean, Ben Shapiro, still not actually understanding what, a
ass P word
is basically is probably furiously pulling a Rudy Giuliani right now. Like, oh no, you don't understand. It's just a tuck. It's just a tuck. All right. But no, anyway, seriously though, AOC in the article, by the way, had an excellent quote. She said, quote, these are the same people saying that we can't have tuition-free public colleges because there's no money, when these motherfuckers are only paying us $750 a year in taxes. That is a direct reference, of course, to Donald Trump, who in 2016, 2017, only paid $750 in taxes. Not to mention that he skipped out on paying federal income taxes for 15 years. Now, when rich people don't pay taxes, who makes up the difference? You do. I mean, again, I think it's good that she keeps it about, the vast inequities of this country at this point. But see, Fox News, they're not interested in having that conversation. They're not interested in that discussion. And so they're going to smear her for wearing clothes that aren't hers, which led to her, of course, doing her patented takedowns. Quote, Republicans are very mad, again, about my appearance. This time they're mad that I look good in borrowed clothes again. Yeah. And she does, by the way. So let me show you.
Please clap.
Yeah. Let me show you the image of the photo shoot, by the way. So there it is. Looks nice. Very classy. Hey, it looks great. But these Republicans, they can't stand it. They absolutely can't stand it. In fact, here's what AOC said. She continues by saying, look, if Republicans want pointers on looking your best, I'm happy to share. Tip number 1, drink water and don't be racist. Now, she also went after Laura Ingraham. Here's what she said. And I don't know if you've been in a photo shoot, Laura, but you don't keep the clothes. So that's the main criticism. Oh, the socialist going out and buying expensive clothes. But she's a socialist. Yes, apparently all socialist fashion is burlap sacks, straw hats, and maybe some old beat-up slippers. No, it's not. Yes, it turns out you can actually do a photo shoot and not have to buy the expensive clothes. They will actually let you borrow them. But here's the thing, and she really calls it out perfectly in this next tweet. She wrote, "The whole she wore clothes in a magazine, let's pretend they're hers gimmick, is a classic Republican strategy of let's willfully act stupid, and if the public doesn't take our performative stupidity seriously, then we'll claim bias. GOP, get yourselves together. It's sad." And it is. It's basically a meme at this point. I mean, of course they're smart enough to know. And here's the thing, right? So Republicans, on the one hand, try to claim that, oh, we are for the regular people. And then they'll also dump on AOC for being a bartender, for having a working class job before she became a congresswoman. And so they're both elitist. At one point, they're elitists. And at the same time, they also try to be, oh, we're for the people. And I can't believe that this so-called socialist would wear expensive, fancy clothes. Oh, can you believe it? Can you believe it? I mean, again, it's that meme of, we should improve society somewhat. And yet, there's that guy that comes up and says, you want to improve society, but yet you live in society. I'm very intelligent. They use the same argument for anybody who wants to do anything about climate change, too. They ignore the fact that just 100 corporations are responsible for 70% of the emissions, and yet they come after regular working people for, driving their cars to work if they're concerned about the climate. Like, oh, you're concerned about the climate, yet you drive a car. You're typing on an iPhone. I'm very smart. No, shut the fuck up. Ridiculous. It's dumb, and it's been exposed as super dumb. And look, they're obsessed. As far as AOC is concerned, she's living rent-free in their head. Okay? It really comes down to a place of jealousy. Why? Why do I say that? It's because they don't have someone like her on the right. They don't have somebody who's dynamic like her. Now, they try to invent people. They'll go and they'll find someone. And look, corporate Democrats have tried to do something similar with like Pete Buttigieg and all them. And that's something that the establishment and Republicans have a lot in common. Is they can't get regular people to have appeal. The last time they were able to do that, really, was with Barack Obama. And of course, now we see exactly who Barack Obama is. And we've known that for a long time. So they try to invent people, and it never works because they're fake, they're phony, they're not real people. Remember the lady who went against AOC, for example, okay? That young Latina conservative. I don't even remember her name, okay? And that's kind of the point. Super forgettable. So somebody who was already fantastically wealthy that moved to the district to try to challenge AOC. And they even tried to give her a moniker like that to shorten her name. Didn't catch on, not at all. And they fail because they don't understand AOC's appeal. What is the appeal? That she is a young working class person who supports the same policy that we do. At the end of the day, it's not about the person. It's the same thing with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is about the policy. It's not about the person. Republicans and corporate Democrats try to create fake cults of personality. And they fail because they don't understand that the reason that young people, especially like these politicians, like these people, is because they aren't just politicians. They are regular working people. They have that background. And most importantly, they back the policies that will make regular working people's lives better. That is something that the corporate Democrats and Republicans will never be able to do because they don't represent working people. They don't represent average Americans. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.